Hi, Paul Cycus, Good News Planet. I'm here with Ken Mutino. Hey, Ken, how you been?
Paul, it's so good to hear your voice. I know you're doing big works. It's been a long time, and yeah, we've both been on a great path to positivity.
All righty, and I couldn't agree any more with you. I'm crazy about you, and you're all about doing good for the world out there, and you have a major opportunity for many, I'm going to say. You're putting together, the largest group of people that performed at the original Woodstock in 1969. You have an event keeping the spirit of 1969 alive, WE2019, So tell us about what's going on.
Well, it's really amazing. You know, we've known each other a long time, and, you know, we both have a big passion for what happened in 1969 in Bethel. And, you know, it's been amazing over these last 10 years especially. I've been working with Rick Derringer as his road manager and his drummer, of course, and singer, and booking all the shows. And also I was working on Hippie Fest for a bunch of years, where I was the road manager and drummer and singer for a bunch of different bands, Paul, like Badfinger and Mark Fauner of Grand Funk Railroad and Mitch Ryder and Pat Travers, who I'll be playing with this month here at Saloon Studios in West Jefferson. And then I've been just blessed, Paul, working with all of my favorite heroes from the classic rock era. I somehow have assimilated into being a part of their crew, and it's really quite humbling to work with these people. So the point is that working, around the world with Diodato, all of these big bands, I've become friendly. I've become acquaintances with a lot of these great bands, and along the way, I started explaining to them, hey, for the 50th anniversary of the Bethel 69 adventure, I'd like to get as many original artists that were there as living and able to do it and still passionate about their performances. And, I spoke with Melanie. I spoke with Canned Heat. I did a tour with them. I did a tour with Jefferson Starship. I spoke with them. I did a tour with 10 Years After. I spoke with them. This is over the last few years. I worked with Johnny Winter, as you know. I worked with the Family Stone. All of these folks were at the original 1969 Bethel Festival. So Iron Butterfly I spoke with, Vanilla Fudge. So all of these groups have agreed for 2 glorious weekends, Paul, to come. I have a new venue, if I may, a new venue in North Carolina with my great new partners. And it's hundreds of acres, and we've built this old West town. It really needs to be seen. We have a beautiful saloon with indoor shows, and now we're building a big stage for this event coming with outdoor shows all next year. And the idea is to sort of be at Daryl's house where we're filming stuff so people can watch it online too. If they can't be there in person, they could still tune in to our different shows because we have shows every month. And we'll be doing, streaming media so people can watch this show and these festivals online, become a member, and we will stream it to them. It's very exciting. So all of these bands, I'll give you a rundown again. It's Canned Heat, Johnny Winter Legacy, Melanie, a band called the Nth Power, Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels, Jefferson Starship, Greg Errico and the music of Sly and the Family Stone, Symphonic 69, which is a symphony orchestra with, Umir Diodato, from who I work so closely with for the last 20 years. We're going to be doing all these songs of Woodstock and his songs with a symphony. We have John Sebastian on board both weekends. We have Carmen Apiece and Vanilla Fudge and all the original guys except for the bass player Pete. We have Derek St. Holmes from Ted Nugent, who I work with regularly, playing drums and singing with. Again, Joey Mullen, Badfinger, Iron Butterfly, Corky Lang of Mountain will be with us 10 Years After. So it's really a collection of all of these original artists that were there in 69 We're bringing them together, not for 1 week, but actually 2 weeks. The first week at our new venue in North Carolina. The second weekend, the original weekend of 16, 17, and 18 will be in Palm Bay, Florida. We've partnered and we're sponsored with Harley Davidson. They have a big, beautiful grass knoll and a big stage, and we're going to be having a big concert down there. So that's what's happening, man. It's like you go to we2019.org. We, W-E, 2019.org is where you can go make your reservations. And by the way, we have other shows happening too. We have, like, remember Ricky Nelson and Ozzie and Harriet? Well, we have their twin sons, Gunnar and Matthew Nelson. They're coming this month, July 13th, to our venue down here. We have Pat Travers, who I mentioned. I'll be playing with him on the 27th. And then the 9th, 10th, and 11th of August, we'll be here in West Jefferson, North Carolina, at our new venue. It's quite amazing. There's camping. People can have a private villa right on the property. People can have a hotel room less than 2 miles. There's shuttle services. It's an all-inclusive where we have food and beverages. It's sort of like a land cruise, if you will. People will come. They will break bread with the bands. Everybody's meet and greet. Everybody is VIP, up close and personal. That's what this is in North Carolina. It's sort of a preview of what's going to happen at the big one down in Florida. So it's 2 solid weeks, 30 bands per weekend, 10 bands a day minimum. It's incredible. It's really a dream come true. Can you believe, Paul, after all your Woodstock years, you and I are finally here 50 years later?
And I just spent, since the 20th anniversary that I did with Richie Havens in '89.
I remember. And if I may throw in a Richie Havens comment, we even went as far as to get Richie Havens' grandson, Chiogi Lama. Chiogi Lama is an incredible talent. I think he's 20 or 21 years old. He can sing, he can play. It's not just he's the grandson of the great Richie Havens, who opened, as you know, the first song of Woodstock, but Chiogi is an incredible talent, and we're so honored to have him on the lineup. And he'll be with us too. So it's really, we got members of the Spin Doctors. We have just all kinds of great talent will be here. It's really, I can't even wrap my head around how wonderful all the bands have been, all the artists have been, how supportive they've been. Everybody is on board. These bands are on board for both weekends. I just got off the phone with Melanie just a few moments ago. Melanie is on fire for this. She was just here in North Carolina. She visited us. And, a lot of people are waiting to see what's going to happen up north, right? Up there. Right. There's a lot of things happening at the Bethel Woods, and I know Michael Lang is trying to put his together, and God bless all of them. Wherever you are, I think for the 50th anniversary, I think you could celebrate. I think people are doing it around the world, and so we've decided to call it the We 2019 because it's about we, not I. It's about us, and that was the reasoning why we wanted to call it simply we2019.org.
So tell me where West Jefferson actually is, and North Carolina has become quite a popular place.
It's so great. It's one of the finest parts. I've been coming around here for a while, touring with Buddy Miles and different bands, and there's a pocket right between Asheville, which is a really hip city, and Charlotte, which is a big city, obviously, and Raleigh. It's sort of like a triangle. Right between that, in the Blue Ridge Mountains, is where we are, West Jefferson, by a town called Boone. It's really in the beautiful foothills. It's so gorgeous here. I'm here now. I can't tell you how beautiful it is. We have, just the beautiful mountains. It's the beautiful air, beautiful campsites. The stage we put together is where you can, right from your campsite, be looking down upon the bands. I mean, it couldn't be a more picturesque background, or where you're camping. It's just splendid. I mean, wherever you look, it's just really beautiful here. So it's in the Blue Ridge Mountains is the answer to your question. That's where it is. It's smack in the middle. next to the town. The biggest town is called Boone, a big college town where they have Appalachian College. And that's where Daniel Boone passed through, is the big claim to fame there.
That's a good claim of fame. That's a success story right there.
Yeah.
People can fly in somewhere. Where do they fly into?
They can. They can fly into Charlotte, and we actually will, we're only having 400 folks here, so we're it's sort of the private one before the big one down in Florida. So we can work out arrangements for again, transportation, ground transportation, if they want a hotel, if they want a camp, if they want a private villa. It's really up to them. They just have to call and tell us how they want their trip articulated. And it's the type of thing where you can even bring an RV. Some people have already, put aside reservations to have an RV. So it's really, this is sort of like there'll be as many band members as actual people here at the one on the 9th, 10th, and 11th of August.
What do you mean, and then there's up to 5 people? What do you mean 400 people?
Yeah. What I'm saying is the first weekend, I know it's sort of complicated. The first weekend on the 9th, 10th, 11th of August, we're going to be having only 420 people on the property with the band. So there's going to be about 350 band members, and there's going to be about 420 people. That's the 9th, 10th, and the 11th. The following weekend, when Bethel Woods is doing theirs on the Woodstock weekend, we're going to be in Palm Bay, Florida, at a big venue there, and that's where we'll have thousands of people. Basically, that's where the big show will be there. But all the bands have decided to, hey, let's do like a smaller one with like just, almost like a private party, and we're going to videotape everything. We're going to interview all the bands. We're going to be streaming live so people could watch it online, and then they can watch it online the second weekend too. So it's really going to be intimate. There'll be an intimate version and a more public version. It basically is what it is.
Now, will it be, in essence, will it like a pay-per-view, or is it?
It will. It'll be a pay-per-view. It will. You'll go to we2019.org, and we will have a streaming. You'll become a member. There'll be a small fee, very small fee, and you can become a member basically, and you'll be able to watch all nights, all days, all 3 days at both festivals. There'll really be, a lot to tune into. I mean, also we'll be eventually distributing films, and we'll be distributing documentaries. I think I wanted to speak with you privately about all that's going on here.
Yeah,
this is a film studio. This is an outdoor open air concert venue. This is a indoor saloon where there's only 125 seats, and you're really up close and personal. So there's a lot of different moving parts to this new hundreds. There's 500 acres here, and it's just quite a venue. Hard to believe. Our partners have created this old West town. It's almost like you're in a Disney movie set, if you will, Paul. It's we have a sheriff's office and a general store and a undertaker and a bank and a blacksmith and a saloon, of course. And in the saloon is where we have a state-of-the-art recording studio, film studio, all the cameras, all the staff. It's really something like you've never seen. It's really quite amazing.
Kenny, you only deserve the best. You're such a good human in humanity. I know you so long, and all you're always about is everybody having a good time, everybody feeling good. I mean, you're wild. It's just beautiful.
I think being a drummer, by nature, I mean, our whole, drummer's idea is, hey, if you're a comedian, you make people laugh. If you're a drummer, you make people dance. So I think that's always in my heart, is like, how do we get people dancing? If people are dancing, they're forgetting about their problems. There's, God and the higher power up above, and then there's music and art. And then after that, there's, all the worldly things that, I don't want to get involved with. So why not stay in the realm of art and music and creativity and make people feel good. Is, you know, that's always been pretty much how I operate every day. I mean, I think that, you know, that's really the bottom line is music makes people happy, art makes people happy, dancing makes people happy. So I try to stay right there, you know, in that zone.
Beautiful. Where is Palm Bay, Florida?
Pardon me. That is Palm Bay, Florida is right next to Melbourne. That's the closest airport there. Melbourne, Cocoa Beach. It's right between Daytona and Fort Lauderdale, basically. On the East Coast.
Okay. All right. So that's a gorgeous area too. Jeez.
Yeah, it's right on 95. Actually, if you know, everybody knows Route 95 in New York or whatever state. It's this giant Harley Davidson venue. It's actually a music venue. Very cool. It's one of the biggest in the nation. This is a great venue, and it's funny because Harley came to us and said, "Hey, you know, we heard you're into this WE2019, getting all these bands together from 1969. We believe that like that's an American phenomenon is Woodstock, and well, you know, we believe Harley Davidson is American phenomenon. So like, why don't we, you know, get together and why don't you do this at our venue?" And I was like, wow, that's really, you know, quite interesting. As you know, I was going to do stuff up on my own property in Bethel, New York, right next to the Bethel Woods. But with all going on there, it just naturally unfolded to come down south, and I'm very happy it did. It seems like, you know, again, the bands are with us, and the artists are with us, and the artists, you know, the permits are here. The bands are taken care of. The bands are signed. The bands are coming. The bands are excited to film this, and so are we. So I can't thank you enough, Paul. It's so great to hear your voice. I know I'm doing most of the talking, but it's great to be with you after so long, you know?
I'm at one with you. I love to hear you sharing the good things going on here. So one more time, the website is
WE2019.org. WE2019.
What's universe.com?
Pardon?
What's universe.com? I see another.
Oh, okay. Thanks for asking. When you go to WE2019.org, just like Ticketmaster, it's called Universe. Ticketmaster is only for venues that sell over 200,000 tickets per year now. And then TicketWeb, you have to sell more than 50,000 tickets per year. And then their third tier of ticket agency is called Universe, and that's where we are. We're on the Universe site. So if you went to universe.com and put in WE2019 or Palm Bay or West Jefferson or anything related to us, we will come right up on universe.com.
Okay. All righty. I think we got it all together here. Let me ask you one. You know, we are doing the Woodstock Forever, Peace, Love, and Hope. We've created a movie with plans to do a TV series and a podcast series, and
of course
we're at about 2 hours and 9 minutes right now, and it's a masterpiece in the sense of
wonderful.
The reality is that there's so many people that are peace, love, and hope in their souls, and almost every song has that in it. I've really been going crazy here. I started off with about 60 hours, and I'm down 2 hours. I'm exhausted.
I know. It's hard with the cutting room floor, but any way we can help you. I know your heart's been in this for a long time. Any way we can help collaborate, anything you need down here. I think when you see this facility, maybe you'll think about editing down here or continuing, or we can do some streaming from here. You know, anything you need, Paul, I'm with you. I love Good News Broadcast and everything you are.
Maybe we'll show it down there if that's a feasible thing. We could talk about it.
That's great.
If that's okay or something.
That's great. I love that too. Yes.
All right. Well, we'll continue the conversation. In fact, why don't you hold on? Let me ask you one or two more questions, and then hold on after. We'll take a couple minutes to catch up here in the sense of, so with this Peace, Love, and Hope movie, I ask people, what does peace or love or hope mean to them? You know, but Kenny, you're such an optimistic guy on life. What does hope mean to you?
You know, hope means to me, I really believe that, hope is one thing, but I believe there's hard work involved and a lot of faith in what you're doing involved. And I think that hope is something great to have. You always have to have hope, but I think it also takes, that extra hard work and that extra belief in yourself and what you're doing, because, you can't just ride on hope, because hope, you have to put something into action to put that hope, make it positive and make it real. So I love hope, but I think that hope must be flavored with, hard work and belief in what you're doing.
Couldn't be more well stated, and I'm in 100% agreement with you. It takes work to make it all good happen, and that's the good news here. I can't look. Congratulations to you, my friend, and I'm so happy for you and putting this together.
Oh no, it's for we. It's not for me. And hey, it's always a blessing speaking, Paul. I'm a big supporter, and I'd love to share anything you're doing.
And versa versa, you got my buddy Rob Perna working with you, who's a great man. And you got a great team, I'm sure, and this is going to be a big success. So we're here to support you however we can.
Thank you, Paul. I'm going to hold and speak with you some more offline.
Okay. All right.
Thanks for your listeners. Thanks for your time.
Okay. All right.